From road trips to TSA to Comic-Con, this bag did it all. So last time I showed y'all what was in my bag. This time I'm giving my real world review of the PGYTECH Roller Bag. And I'm gonna save you some time for those of you that just wanna know if this bag's worth the money. Yes, 100% this bag is a production studio on wheels. But I'm gonna tell you everything this bag survived. From multi-state road trips to TSA searches and flying all over the country, this bag even survived an alien invasion. I'll explain all that in the video. First off, this video is not sponsored, but PGYTECH did send me this bag to make a review of, and I can't stop rolling it everywhere. Now that we got that out of the way, the first thing I did when I got this bag is I took it on a multi-state road trip. We had the opportunity to go to Fan Expo Denver, so I had to cram this thing in the front of my Ford F-150 Lightning and take it across 3 states. But I didn't just need this thing to be stowed away in my trunk on the drive and just stay put. No, I needed access to my gear in case we made pit stops and I wanted to get footage, take photographs of things. So everything needed to be easily accessible. And well, this bag delivered. At any pit stop, I could simply pop the trunk, unzip the compartment, and quickly get to all my gear. Since it has such an open face, I could literally see everything I packed in there and quickly get to it. The compartments allowed me to keep everything nice and organized, so if I just needed to, right at the top, I'd whip my camera out and I'd start filming. While this camera holds a lot, it's only 30 liters, so it doesn't take a ton of space up, which allowed me to pack the clothes of my brother and my wife who were on the journey with me. All of our stuff fit in the front. Now, once we arrived in Denver, we had the opportunity to take this thing on the con floor and carpet, tile, it was gliding across everything. These wheels are amazing and they just go. No matter the surface, even on grass, these things can move. So they were moving so well that I never really had to access the backpack mode, at least not on this trip. I did, however, get to test the water resistance of this bag. We did get stuck in some rain and the bag did a really good job of keeping my gear nice and dry. No water got in, and this was without the rain fly. Now, it wasn't a super heavy rain. If it got that carried away, I would have busted out the rain fly and would have made it 100% waterproof. Because yes, it does come with a rain fly included. Thankfully, I didn't need to take that whole thing out and it held up just as is. We got the footage we needed and we headed on back to Texas, putting the bag back in the front and making the journey back. This bag was such a good grab and go production studio that it made it easy to get everything I needed from Fan Expo Denver in just one day. But that's on a road trip. How would this thing do if you put it on a flight? Can it even go on a flight? Would you have to check the bag? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I had the opportunity to test this not once, but twice, flying across the country, literally. One of them was to Baltimore, the other one was to San Diego. Opposite sides of the country. On the trip to Baltimore, I was able to pack this thing on the flight, no problem. Fit perfectly into the overhead. I even got the chance to test this bag in the little compartment that they make you test your bag in. If not, you gotta check it and pay like $1 bajillion. Yeah, I got the chance to test it. It was a breeze. It comfortably fit, did not even go over the line. So yeah, it was a smooth process. Put it in the overhead bin, got to our destination, filmed a whole bunch of footage. This thing, again, handled cobblestone streets. It handled cracked pavement. It rolled all over the city. Now this allowed me to get so much footage. Now all I need to do is hire an editor to get through it all. But that's a whole different story. So we take a return flight, we come back home, but we're not home long because we now have to go to San Diego Comic-Con. That's right, how would this thing do in tough crowds, carpeted floors, outdoor activations in the grass? After everything I had already put this thing through, I was confident it was gonna get through it with no problem. So we pull up to the airport, early morning flight, we're tired, ready to get on the plane, ready to put our bag in the overhead bin. And as they're boarding, they say, we are no longer allowing bags on the plane. We have hit our limit. If you have a carry-on, you will have to check it at this time. My heart sinks. I'm like, there's over $3,000 worth of gear in this backpack. I'd say about $5 grand worth of gear in this backpack. And if you know the bag handling staff at airports, I was nervous. Yeah, they toss bags around like it's an Olympic sport. You would think they're in the WWE the way they handle these bags. Shoving it down ramps and stuff. I was sweating. So I had to give up my bag with $5,000 worth of gear and hope that it makes it through my layover, hand it over, and all the way to San Diego. So we land and I go straight for baggage claim. Like, I am nervous. I am waiting for my bag to roll out and it feels like forever. I'm like, oh no, they lost my bag, all my gear. What am I gonna do? I have to film an entire weekend of content at San Diego Comic-Con. We have brand deals that we have to capture content for. Like, what am I gonna do? But then I see it. The bag peeks out and I'm like, okay, the bag's at least here. Let's find out what kind of condition it's in. So as the bag rolls around, turns the curve, I grab it, pick it up, assess it. Structurally, the bag is perfectly fine. Now it does have a little bit of scuff marks where you can tell they just kind of slid it around, but I brush it off. Nothing a little wet cloth can't fix. Like, you just give it a little wipe down and bam, the bag was perfectly fine. And I saw the way they got my bag and threw it down the ramp. But this is a very tough bag, y'all. I think you can actually still see some of the scuff marks because I haven't had the chance to wipe the bag down or anything. We'll see if those come out on camera. So yeah, it survived yet another flight across the country, this time not being in the comfort of the overhead storage, but we still had to take this thing through San Diego Comic-Con. For those of you who have never been to San Diego Comic-Con, imagine hundreds of thousands of people crammed into a downtown area and just swarming rapidly to get to exclusives, to get to activations, waiting in hours for lines. It is not the easiest thing to navigate, especially because they have the convention inside, they have things outside on the gas lamp quarter, behind on the pier, on the grass, you have brand activations. So you're getting all kinds of terrain. So we get to the con and one of the first things we do is the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man activation, which is on the gas lamp quarter, so rolls over the concrete streets just like it did in Baltimore. It's a breeze. And it's super easy to access because as we're going up there, security is checking every single bag. Some people are having trouble, they're having to dig around. This bag, zip, zip, full open face. You can see everything in this bag. So security is like, oh, that's all camera gear. Poop, zip, zip, went up the elevator and got to the activation. Now, because I had essentially a production studio with me, I was able to film to my heart's content. If my battery died, I had my batteries with me. Swap it out, boom, change it, we're good to go. This gave me so much confidence to capture content, and I essentially captured a full DMC concert front row. Footage is shaky because, well, I was rocking the house with them. I was like, with the line up in the air. I was losing it. I was not okay. Like, DMC in the flesh, in concert, in Queens. They rebuilt Queens, the Spider-Man set, by the way. But yeah, first night, like nothing. But then we had to take it to the con floor for some rapid preview night acquisition. I mean, we had to fly through the con floor to get to the DC booth to try to buy a shirt before it sold out. Yes, things sell out on preview night before the con even opens because they have a limited amount for each day to make sure they have some for every day. So we get in before the general public and still waited in line for 30 minutes, but I was able to kind of navigate through people very easily. The bag didn't slow me down at all. We waited in line, got our shirt, and went back home successfully. The next day though, we had to hit a packed con floor. We not only had to capture our normal content, we had the fortunate opportunity to have to capture brand content for both GFuel and Lexar. Now, Lexar's took a little more work than our normal content. We actually had to have a portable printer and we had to snap photos, print out the photos, and then go over and surprise the cosplayers, which is an amazing series. I love the look on their faces when we give them a photo of their cosplay for them to keep, and I'm so grateful that Lexar helped us pull that off. We're getting the opportunity to put smiles on faces and spread positivity around the con, and I'm so grateful for that. But that series is hectic. It takes a lot. We need good signal. We need to have the printer. We need a cell phone. We need the camera. We need everything to work in coordination, and we need the person to stay put but not be aware that we're printing it. It's supposed to be a surprise. So it's chaotic to say the least. And this bag made it so much easier, having everything readily available, even acting as a resting place. We can plop something down and handle what we need to handle. If battery ran low, we could swap it out real quick. If the printer needed some battery, this bag holds my Anchor portable charger. You just pop it right in. Now we're good. So we capture all the content we need, and this bag survives yet another day of San Diego Comic-Con craziness. But the next day, we had to go onto the grass. We had to go for an activation at the Alien Earth crash site. Now this thing was a scary, immersive experience, kind of like a haunted house. You were going through the grass, through shipping containers. There was changes in terrain, off slight hills. So while I'm sure the bag would have rolled just fine, I don't want to slow anybody up on this activation or ruin the immersive experience. So I unzipped it, pulled the straps out, put the bag on my back, and went through the entire activation with this bag on my back, fully loaded with production gear. Now, full disclosure, this bag, if you load it up, can get pretty heavy. I loaded up with a lot of gear, but I'm a big guy. I'm used to carrying 40-pound bags all day long at a con. Now, luckily, I don't have to. Just in quick scenarios, I have to pop that thing on, maybe carry it around for 20 minutes or so. For me, it's a breeze, so easy. I feel so fortunate to just have that choice of being able to strap it on if I need to get somewhere super quick or the terrain's just too much, like on a hike per se. But yes, this bag can be heavy depending on what you load in it. But yes, I screamed my way through that activation and both the bag and I were fine. We came out the other side, we got some prizes for our troubles, and I'm so grateful to FX for that opportunity. We even had the chance to podcast in their studio, and holy moly, goals. The studio setup was gorgeous. But after enduring 2 more days of the chaos of Comic-Con, I was assured that this bag was the greatest camera bag ever made. I took it through so many different scenarios and it held up to every single one of them. Everything I needed this bag to do, it would do. It wasn't just holding my gear, it was coming along for the ride. It was super easy to navigate with. It didn't slow me down one bit. If anything, it helped me keep pace, not having to haul that bag and getting tired of carrying the thing. But when needed, I can just simply throw it on my back and get somewhere quickly. Now, if you are a professional content creator or have the aspirations to be a professional content creator and you think you're gonna do a lot of traveling, this bag is it. If you have a lot of gear that you need to get to set or you need to get on location, this bag is it. If you want something to just roll along on the journey, this bag is it. PGYTECH done messed up and made the greatest content creator bag ever. But how much does it cost? As of this recording, and you can verify by clicking the link in the description to go see what the current price is. Maybe there's some sales on there, but currently it's listed on Amazon for $328. Do not tell PGYTECH this, but I would have paid up to 5, maybe even 6 for something like this. It is so convenient, and I feel so lucky that they gave me the bag to test, and boy did I test it. But that's it. If there's anything you guys want to know, simply ask it in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about this bag. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I thank you all for coming to my tech talk. I seriously could roll this thing forever. I love it so much. I'm like a child with a toy. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Lens cap it on.